Good morning, everyone. I was not expecting this, but we already have Blue Ocean Neon's character breakdown, so we'll be able to judge Mary a little differently now that we know the other character that'll be coming next week. She is Elysion, which makes her a lot better just out of the rip. She has far less competition, and as we noticed on stream last night, Elysion is heavily water-based as a manufacturer. So this is just yet another water Elysion character. With that aside, we knew she was a machine gun, we knew she was an attacker, and she is a burst 3. This, I mean, we kind of already knew this. Everything about her little synopsis that they put in the patch notes kind of screamed burst 3. So that's, I mean, that's expected. Now, let's go ahead and see what we're actually getting ourselves into. Activates when using burst skill, affects self. So this is specifically when she bursts. Standard 40 seconds. Okay, that's not bad. Effect changes according to the number of activation times. So kind of like Vesti. So she's going to have build up as a burst 3. Once parts damage is increased by 12.4% for 20 seconds, twice parts damage 12.4% for 20 seconds, and 3 times parts damage 12.4% for 20 seconds. Okay, so she's a parts breaker. And once you, I mean, on that third burst, she's doing 36. No, that's 37. 37 rounded down for 20 seconds. I mean, that's good. Against parts, though. You know, on stream yesterday, I made a joke that depending on how they handle all of these water Nikkies for summer, mono water might just delete Nihilister. And considering you want to break Nihilister's legs early on in the fight, I mean, we're kind of getting there. We're kind of getting there. Who knows? I mean, maybe summer is just one big excuse to build an anti-Nihilister team. So if you are around Nihilister, this could be really good for you, especially if you pull Mary. Let's see. Her passive 2 activates when entering burst stage 3. Affects self. Entering burst stage 3. Okay. Effects changes according to the number of activation times. Previous effects trigger repeatedly. Once damages strong. Okay, so this is all strong element. You know, it's the first time it's 20.56 for 10 seconds, and then the second and third time it's 20.2%. Well, why is the first time just like a hair's length better than the second and the third? That's kind of odd. But I mean it's good. I mean, you're essentially at 61% on that third time. So on that third time you're at 60% as a strong element. You combine this with Mary. Oh, yeah, this could be dirty. But keep in mind, this is strong element specifically. And this is, yeah, this is only against her, so they have to be weak against water. That does kind of suck, so she's kind of floundering if you're not going up against, water weak enemies. But I mean, if you're going up against someone that's weak against water, she's going to hit like a micro nuke. Speaking of micro nukes, her burst skill, full hydro shot, affects self on activation, changes the weapon in use. We did see this yesterday with Mary's. Damage 11% of final attack, lasts for 7 seconds, activates when the target is a fire code, deals 11% of attack as additional damage. I mean, okay. So one thing that I don't really like is they don't really explain what your weapon's changing into. If we come over here and you look at Summer Mary, her little showcase thingy. So you can see that Neon over here has 300 bullets in her mag. And then after Mary's burst, you could see because of the red bar, we're in full burst. And Neon goes down to 10. So, and then she starts firing off the super explosive water bullets. So she drops her mag size from 300 to 10. So she gets 10 big boom bullets that are doing 11 or 22% of her final attack. And then if you come up here to Summer Neon's, you can actually see that burst in full effect of her just committing micro nuke genocide. One thing is, this is probably the single worst demonstration of a character I have ever seen. I want to make that very apparent. Nothing dies here. Like, nothing dies, and it looks like barely any damage was done. But if we take a look at the character that I think she is semi-modeled after, that's probably Maud. And if we take a peek at Maud's burst skill, so this is kind of what we want. Destroy mode. Deals 1.76% of attack as damage. So she has that garbage ending, but Neon has a little bit more. So if you look at like standard machine gun stuff, it looks like she takes potentially just a direct damage amp. So 7.71 and then 200 when attacking the core. So she could potentially be receiving a small damage amp going from 7 to 11. And then if she happens to be fighting a fire code, she jumps up to 22. So if you're fighting fire code enemies, she's potentially going to be hitting like a micro nuke whenever she's in burst, which is good. Considering that her first passive like demands that you be actively entering her burst, if her burst was underwhelming, that would hurt her overall performance a lot. One thing I do want to kind of take a peek at is Bay Goddess, though. So Blue Ocean is giving herself strong element boost, and then Summer Mary is also like giving her allies strong element boost if they're water, which I mean Neon will be able to take advantage of. That's around 40 plus, so she I mean, I'm gonna assume they're additive. That's a lot of extra damage as a strong element between these two. Like, you are getting a revolting amount of strong element damage. Parts, like, boss parts are just gonna break. Like, they are actually just going to shatter, depending on how much she hits. And then if she's in full burst, if she's actually just able to take advantage of that second part of her full burst, and she's doing 22% of final, like, attack, woo! And that's 7 seconds, so you have 7 seconds to, like, expunge all 10 shots. We'll have to see if she's able to. Her rate of fire slows down. So my curiosity is, can you actually get out all 10 shots in the 7 seconds or not? I'm assuming so, and I'm hoping so. But I mean, I'm liking what I see. I'm a lot more comfortable with what I'm looking at right now than like yesterday when I was staring at Bay Goddess's kit. Because Bay Goddess is clearly built around having other people, whereas Neon is far more self-sufficient. You just have to use her against like fire codes that she's gonna be strong against. That seems to be a running tradition with these summer characters, is that they want to be used as strong elements on like mono water, which so far is working. Like these two are good paired with each other. They are going to be kind of nutty. You can have like Polly is your burst 2, putting up shields all the time. Helm is your other burst 3, so you're getting even more healing if you want, plus her attack amp. Or you could be running like Privity, or hell, you can even slap Dorothy on there and just completely say no to Mary's burst in favor of Dorothy. But this is what I wanted. Blue Ocean is what this team needed, and that was like a potentially really strong DPS option for burst 3. And honestly, she's gonna be pretty solid in Elysion Tower as well. Just looking at who we're gonna have access to, like, you pull this up, Elysion burst 3s. So this is who she's directly competing. I mean, look how many water characters are here. You have 4 waters. Over half now of the Elysion SSRs are water. That's wild. She has a similar effect to Vesti where she wants to build up, so we'll have to see which one of them does better in long form content. But like, she has a really powerful niche. Guillotine's about to get her buffs though. Oh, that'll be interesting. We'll have to test her when she drops too. But I mean, any strong burst 3 option is going to be good for Elysion. They need anything right now. And then I mean, yeah, you're running Poly or Diesel here. Yeah, okay. Man, if Summer Part 2 can give us a burst 1 Elysion, because right now your option is Miranda. Like, mono water can work. Mono water can definitely work, because you're basically gonna run Bay Goddess, Polly, a Blue Ocean, Helm, and like a smorgasbord of others. Like you can run. Who else? I mean, Dorothy comes to mind, but you're not really going to be able to full burst with her, so that kind of sucks. You can run Privity if you really want. If you're weird, you can run Ray, I guess. But you have options. You have a lot of decent options. And if Summer Part 2 gives us more water characters, Mono Water is going to be really dirty by the end of July. I'm for it, man. I'm for it. If this is like their weird way of giving us a team that's just completely shutting down Nihilister, I mean, go for it. That's powerful. It sucks that they're all going to be limited, but beggars can't be choosers, am I right? Her kit is a lot easier to break down than Bay Goddess's, though. I've said it like 4 times at this point, but I like what I've seen. This is good. I still would not recommend people summon on Bay Goddess until after you get to see Blue Ocean in action. I'm liking what I've seen on paper, but I'm not there yet to like give the check mark next to Summer Mary. If I get my hands on Neon next week and we're streaming and testing her out and she's just revoltingly strong, then I get to look at Bay Goddess and say, yeah, you can pull for her now. But it is very nice that they gave us the breakdown a week in advance. The game goes into maintenance tomorrow morning, I'm pretty sure. And then tomorrow evening, the game will pop out of maintenance and we'll be able to start rolling and taking advantage of Bay Goddess Mary. If you like what you've seen today, drop a like, sub, all that usual YouTube comment stuff. Tell me what your thoughts on Blue Ocean Neon is. Does she make you feel a little bit better about Bay Goddess Mary? Are you going to be pulling for both? Are you going to be pulling for one? Are you skipping both? Let me know down below. You can catch me live at twitch.tv/Broday. I will be rolling for Bay Goddess tomorrow, and we will be sending her through the world tour of content all weekend, along with standard raids with chat once those drop on Friday, Saturday. So, without further ado, everyone have a good night. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Cheers.